During the COVID-19 pandemic, you probably heard a lot of messages about cleaning and disinfecting and how to choose products to do that. We now know that cleaning and disinfection is not as important to protect against COVID-19, but it's still important for maintaining a healthy home. Before purchasing a product, it's important to understand that cleaning and disinfecting is a two-step process. Cleaning physically removes things like dirt, grease, soil, and other impurities from a surface. This process is normally accomplished using soap and water. Cleaning does not kill germs or viruses, but routine cleaning with soap and water will decrease how much of the virus is on surfaces and objects. This reduces the risk of exposure and spreading infection. For some hazards, including lead dust, cleaning is sufficient and you don't need to disinfect. Disinfection uses chemicals to reduce or eliminate bacteria and viruses from a surface by killing germs. Always clean before disinfecting. Products that disinfect will not work as well if the surface has not been cleaned first. Depending on how the surfaces or items you're cleaning are used, disinfection may not be necessary. For more information on the difference between cleaning and disinfection, please see our Healthy Homes Guide to Cleaning and Disinfection. In this video, we're not going to discuss different options for the cleaning part of the process. We're focusing on the second step, which is disinfection, and we'll go over the questions you need to answer when deciding what product to use. What is it? Will it do what I want? Can I use it safely and effectively? And what else do I need to know? We'll do our best to help you answer those questions and provide resources for finding healthier products. When using chemicals to disinfect your home, the rule of thumb we like to follow is striving to use the least amount of the least toxic products to achieve our goals. Note that the use of any images or mention of specific products or brands in this video does not constitute an endorsement. When reading a label, one of the first things you're going to look at is the active ingredient. There are a lot of products on the market, but many of them use the same or similar active ingredients. Here's a short guide to some of the most common ingredients. Sodium hypochlorite, more commonly known as bleach, is one of the most popular disinfectants because it's inexpensive and it's widely available. Quaternary ammonium compounds, or quats, are found in many popular products including Clorox and Lysol disinfecting wipes. Hydrogen peroxide is a common household product that is also used for first aid. Isopropyl alcohol is another common disinfectant you might also recognize from a first aid kit. And lastly, we have thymol. Thymol is made from the thyme plant. It's important to understand that products come with their own hazards and methods to use them safely. We're going to discuss safety and health in more detail later, but one key note here is that both bleach and quats are known asthma irritants and are generally not considered healthy options. We'll provide more information later in this video about finding healthier options that are safer for the environment and for human health. The next thing to look at on a product label is what the product can be used for. First, you want to make sure that the product can be used on the surfaces or items that you need to clean. The label should indicate which surfaces and materials it can be used on and may include special directions for certain items, like toys. If you're purchasing the product to combat a specific bacteria or virus, check the label to make sure that this product will work to remove those hazards. The Environmental Protection Agency maintains lists of products that are effective against certain hazards. You can browse these lists online for products if you're looking for a specific type of protection. For COVID-19, EPA created a tool making browsing List N easier. Products on these lists are identified by their EPA registration number, which is found on the label. These registration numbers can also be used to look up information specific to the disinfectant. When looking at what the product can be used for, you'll also notice instructions for how to use it. You should consider these instructions and whether they make sense for your cleaning needs. For example, some products require contact times of 10 minutes in order to disinfect a surface. Before purchasing a product, you should also note the storage requirements and make sure you can store the product safely and out of the reach of children. In addition to what we've covered so far, there is other information you should know in order to use a product safely. It's important to understand the health and safety impacts of the products you're purchasing. Labels will include safety warnings that you should read. You may also want to consider who lives in your home and who will be using the product, and if they have any sensitivities that you need to take into account when picking a product. These labels may also include information about what personal protective equipment or PPE you need to wear. It's also important to remember that you should never mix products. If you want more detailed information, you can look at the product safety data sheet, which will cover what safety precautions to follow and what to do if you have been exposed. You can find safety data sheets by searching online, and some manufacturers maintain them on their own websites. Different online retailers may have different amounts of information about the product available. In some cases, the full label information may not be available online. At the very least, all of them should list the active ingredient. As mentioned before, many common products, including bleach and quats, pose health hazards. If possible, we recommend you seek healthier options. Some alternative active ingredients with fewer health or environmental risks include the following: isopropyl alcohol, hydrogen peroxide, lactic acid, citric acid, and thymol. It's important to note that all healthier or safer options may not be safe or healthy for everyone, as whether a product is a better choice will vary based on your own needs, sensitivities, and situation. No matter what product you choose, you should use it sparingly and follow all directions. You can check out these resources to learn more about the health impacts of chemicals and healthier alternatives. If those kinds of products aren't available to you and you're using a product that has bleach or quats as an active ingredient, remember to follow all instructions and safety guidelines. We recommend these actions in addition to following the instructions on the label. Ventilate the area by opening a window. Apply the product with a sponge, wipe, or cloth rather than spraying it. Do not use near children or people with respiratory health issues, including asthma or other sensitivities. If you're disinfecting toys or food contact surfaces, rinse with water after using the disinfectant. And lastly, wear gloves. Cleaning and disinfecting our homes can keep us all safer and healthier. If you always remember to read the label, follow the instructions, and consider the health impacts of your products, you'll be able to pick and use the disinfectant that works best for you and for your home.